stunning looks than swift.
No more play then, as the reserve day is activated. The right of a reserved few in this Asia Cup. India and Pakistan will try again on Monday. After rain came down in the 25th over, we thought after painstaking efforts from the ground staff at the Premadasa that we'll get some cricket, and we haven't, and therefore the rules as per the playing conditions is it stays a full game. So India will come out, resume their innings tomorrow, hopefully in the absence of rain, and look at a 50-over game. So too will Pakistan. That's how things stand. So let's just get a quick comment from Urooj, Mumtaz and Anil Kumble on Maruti Suzuki Arena presents ESPN Cricket for Matchday, powered by JBL, on how this would potentially affect both teams. First and foremost, the fact that it's still a full game, Anil, does that in some way just make India happier?
Yes, of course. I mean, you didn't want a situation where India started, because if it had started even one ball at a 34-over game, because we saw that if it had started at 9 o'clock, then it would be a 34-over game. And at 9:05 or 9:02, you had the rains come down, then it would have been a 34-over game, for tomorrow as well. So at least, you have a full 50-over game, and hopefully the rain will stay away.
I'm interested in, of course, the cricket is such a unique game where you have these kinds of challenges when it comes to playing conditions. At times they tweak to the very last minute, Urooj. But yeah, I guess Pakistan too, they could have perhaps gained some kind of advantage if we had some play. India had slowed down after the two openers were dismissed. The fact that this remains a full game, and the fact that Babar decided to bowl today, we were wondering if it was uninterrupted, whether that was the right call. But I guess that still keeps Pakistan reasonably happy or unaffected, this washout for today.
Yeah, I'd imagine. I think for both sides to tweak and re-strategize rather, with the rain coming down and still very unpredictable for tomorrow as well. So I think that stop and start is almost very unique to cricket. It's not very often that it happens. And I think for both sides, again, as important as this game is, but a full set of 50 overs. I did mention to you earlier on, a full set of 50 does favor India, in my opinion. A shorter game would have definitely been Pakistan's preference. But I think in the larger scheme of things, a good game would be a full game.
As India look to tick boxes or look at the bigger picture beyond the Asia Cup, has this tournament in some ways really not made them learn as much? This is yet another stop-start day. I almost sympathize to pass any kind of judgment on players with this kind of cricket and what they've had to endure.
No, it's not been easy at all. I mean, we have seen over the last 12 days, India has had, this is the third game, and we have already seen 2 rain interruptions. I mean, even the Nepal game was a rain curtailed game. The Pakistan game, the first one was washed out. And this one too. So it's not been easy, as a sort of a preparation leading into the World Cup. But at least, we have a full game, hopefully tomorrow. That will mean that, you would want the 50 overs through. So ideally, you want to play a full game and then check the fitness issues, concerns that you may have. We have already seen Shreyas drop off in this game. KL Rahul is making his comeback in this after injury. Bumrah is yet to be tested in a 50-over game with his bowling. So yes, there are still some things that India need to iron out, but hopefully from now on, the coming week will remain rain-free, and you'll hopefully get 50 overs.
All right, let's just sort of try and see if anything changes from now till tomorrow. Urooj, let me just start with you as far as Pakistan goes. It wasn't necessarily their best bowling effort the first hour or so. There was a catch that went through the slips as well. Anything you'd like to see just polished tomorrow, assuming we have a proper resumption? What would you like to see better from Pakistan?
I think the first word that springs to mind with their bowling is discipline. I thought, barring Naseem Ashraf, I think they lacked a lot of discipline collectively as a bowling group. Shaheen Shah Afridi as well was all over the place. It wasn't until when he was brought back, when the first wicket fell, that he was bowled slightly better channels. Shadab, again, it was towards his 5th and 6th over that he got his lines slightly better. Also, looking at 2 batters who had just come in slightly circumspect as well with their innings, allowed him to settle in a little bit. So I think just basic discipline, and then again fielding. I mean, I think you can pick it up from highlights to how many times I might have said this, or this tags along with Pakistan. The one that flew through slips, I mean, everyone just stood there and watched. It should have been very comfortable to the right of Iftikhar Ahmed, I know Rizwan jumped in front of him. Even Shaheen Shah Afridi at the boundary, let's be very critical about this. I think he was slightly late to pick up the trajectory of the ball and then having to dive full length forward as opposed to if he was slightly quicker to judge where the ball was coming in. So I think those are two big chances dropped. So fielding and then basic discipline with bowling. Also, I think similar to India's predicament about not getting full games, I think this also sort of hinders or slightly dents Pakistan's preparation because they, even Babar said, I think it was in yesterday press conference, that we still don't have a complete idea or a complete plan of what to do about the middle over, that they're also trying things, chopping them around. And Fahim Ashraf, barring the Bangladesh game, it was probably his test as well, whether they still pick Wasim Jr. or not, because to me, he's the better fourth wicket-taking bowler for Pakistan. So I guess a little bit of spanner in the works of Pakistan as well.
Yeah, it's not turning out to be the way that the organizers certainly would have liked, but they have given this unique reserve day privilege to India and Pakistan. That ends tomorrow. There can't be a second reserve day because India have to stay at the Premadasa and play Sri Lanka on Tuesday. I know it's hard to be in cricket organization, make cricket rules. You've had the privilege of doing so with the ICC. I'm sure the fans would be thinking, right, is this the best they could have done? Could they have done anything more to perhaps ensure, a better chance of a game? Anything that comes to mind to you?
No, the only thing that I can think of was probably start tomorrow as a day game because at least generally I know Sri Lanka can be different in these kind of times of the year where if it rains then the whole day it continues to rain, but you have a better chance during the day. At least you can look up when the game starts, saying when it's coming down, you have the chance. But when it's a night game, you don't know when the rain comes. So maybe that's one option that they could have looked at for a reserve day. I mean, start at 10 o'clock and finish it well before. So that was one option, I thought. Yeah,
just to put in perspective, this morning was bright and sunny in Colombo. This is, of course, a day-night game, and the entire Asia Cup is being scheduled as a day-night game. So we're going to have a 3 o'clock start again, India time. That we're going to hope is going to be another day-night game. What we wouldn't want to see is again 30, 40 overs of cricket and then again the rain coming down. So let's hope that some lessons are taken from this. But Urooj, if there's anything you'd like to add, I'm sure there are fans thinking, why couldn't they have just made today a day game? But
we can all hope and wonder. And it was you had a really smirk on your face when you asked that question because you were probably looking for slightly more controversial answers.
Never.
I mean,
you think that's what I do over here? I never look for those things.
Yeah, I mean, see, in this, I mean, the fans, the players, management, the Asia Cup itself, the organizers, everybody wants a game. There's nothing that you can do about weather, but I still feel that you can tweak things around with common sense. And what Anil said was just like, sort of look at the schedule, make it a day game. Exceptions like those won't even come into debate per se because you do get a game. I think sometimes common sense can just prevail.
Yeah, and I can just share that it is an absolute nightmare for a broadcast to reschedule a crucial game like this on the eve of it from 3 to 10 a.m. and all the things that go with it. So let's sympathize for everyone involved. It's a combination of a lot of things that have still not given us the result. And the rain could have stayed away like it did for the Bangladesh Sri Lanka game yesterday. We just didn't have that sort of luck. The only last point I'd like to just quickly have for Anil is the fact that India are going to have to be on the field 3 days in a row now. And they are looking at carefully managing injuries, wet grounds, whatnot. If you were head coach right now, would you be worried? Would you be concerned?
Yeah, it's not easy, especially in those conditions to just play back to back and be on the ground. That will probably test the true fitness of players as well. People coming back, it's straight away into the frying pan and saying, okay, come on, 3 days on the trot, you survive, you're fit. And for a couple of guys who are coming back from injuries, this is not the ideal way that you would want to come playing back to back on 3 days continuously, but you don't have a choice. At least you're getting an opportunity to go out there and play. So I'm hoping that tomorrow will be a full day and you'll get your 75 overs, 76 overs, hopefully.
Let's hope so. If it's a 100 over game, it should be a good one. But I guess that's all that we've got right now. Urooj, Mumtaz, thank you very much. Always good having Urooj, and she's going to clear her appointment calendar tomorrow. No patience, as Dr. Urooj will join us for India v Pak tomorrow. Anil Kumble, thank you very much. Plenty more coming from you as well on Maruti Suzuki Arena presents ESPN Cricket for Matchday, powered by JBL. Download the mobile app and make sure you don't miss the resumption of what has still been a very compelling contest between India and Pakistan, even though it's been marred by the weather. Let's hope that stays away on Monday. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Stunning looks, then swift.
Make sure you download the ESPN Cricket Info app to stay updated with the very latest from the world of cricket.